I'd like to call to order the Alexander County Board of Commissioners meeting, regular meeting for May 1st, 2023. Invocation will be given by Commissioner Reese and pledge allegiance by myself.
Let's pray. Father, we come to you this evening. Lord, we thank you for this day that you've given to us for a safe time here. Lord, pray for those that have had storms in Florida, Virginia, and Lord, the storms that may be coming the way of other ones. Lord, protect them. Lord, I ask that you protect our citizens tonight, all our county employees, emergency services, all those that protect us each day. Give us a good meeting tonight. Give us wisdom to make wise decisions that would move Alexander County forward. Thank you for all that you do for us. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would like to take a few moments in regards to Mr. David Odom's passing, who served as town manager of Taylorsville for many years and was a very well-liked individual in the community. So I'd like to have a moment of silence, please. We'd like to thank everyone for attending tonight's meeting. Do we have any commissioners with any reports this evening?
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to say I was invited to go to the Ellendale Firemen's Annual Meeting, reorganization meeting, and I attended that, and I'd just like to say appreciate the invitation from them, and thought they had a good meeting and had a lot of questions asked, and so hope they got kind of the information they wanted, and I just appreciate the invitation to get to go.
Mr. Chairman, one thing that I just thought of, I had the privilege and opportunity to attend the retirement reception for Guy Curley. Mr. Curley not only was an employee of Alexander County the last few years, but prior to that, he was a member of the Alexander County Board of Education, as well as an Alexander County Commissioner. And it was a nice event that we had at the County Services Building in town, where I had the privilege to roast him to some degree, as well as present him with the key of the county for his service to the county. And just want to publicly say thank you to Guy Curley for everything that he's done for Alexander County, both as a member of the Board of Education as well as a commissioner, and then also as an employee of the county in the tax office.
Also, like to say, I was able to attend groundbreaking Paragon Films for the new facility that they are going to erect out in the industrial park. And I believe it's a 70,000 square foot expansion, if I remember correctly. So hoping everything goes well for them. Moving along, adoption of agenda. We need to add to the consent agenda the McDaniel Supply Company commissary service agreement. Do I have a motion to add?
Make a motion to add to the agenda and to adopt the agenda as given.
Second.
All in favor? Unanimous. Public comment. We do have a Todd Lell and Jimmy White. Are y'all here?
Jimmy couldn't make it, he had a
Okay.
plumbing issue.
Well, go ahead and come forward, but I need to read a set of guidelines, okay? Public comment for May 1st. The public comment period is intended to allow the Board of Commissioners an opportunity to listen to citizens' comments and concerns. It is not a time for the board to discuss issues or answers impromptu questions. A time period of 3 minutes will be given to each spokesperson or to a group of citizens with the same concerns or questions. Comments are to be directed to the board as a whole and not to individual board members. Citizens will be expected to be civil and courteous in their language and limit comments to issues of public concern. Topics requiring further investigation will be referred to the appropriate county officials or staff and may be scheduled for a future agenda. Any citizens wishing to address the board during public comment shall call the clerk, which we've already done. So sorry for that last statement. Mr. Lell, podium is yours, sir. Just state your name.
Hello, my name's Todd Lell, 32 White Farm Lane. Good to see y'all. The topic I'm here is my road. A few years ago, y'all ran county water, which I totally love it. I had dirty water, no water pressure. We had a culvert in our road for, according to Jimmy White Jr. and Ruthetta White, for many, many decades. Well, they put the water line in, the culvert was gone, so our road started washing out. I called the county. David Moose, very nice gentleman, come out, heard my concerns, mine, Jimmy, and Ruthetta. Ruthetta's 90-some. She can't come and talk about this anymore. But David came, heard my concerns. I showed him the stuff. And, of course, David contacted the Broxton Bridge Company, and what do you think they said? There wasn't no culvert there. And there'd been one there for decades. This was a chicken farm. I mean, this road was kept up. And so I called back out, and they did a really shoddy job fixing my front yard, and Broxton Bridge sent somebody back out and really fixed that right. I mean, I couldn't even mow it anymore without turning the lawnmower over after they got done. And every week since then, it's just, he said that there wasn't nothing they could do, just, I guess, because Braxton Bridge said it wasn't there. And I wish Jimmy could have got to come, but he got held up. But our road is now, all the water that used to run out of Ruthetta's yard into my yard now comes down our road, and our road's gone. It's dropped 2 to 3 inches. The crown's gone. And we just would like to, see if there's something we could get done about it, because I tried going just through the county offices, and they just really weren't that helpful, to be totally honest with you, and just pretty much told me that there was no culvert there, and I weeded it around the thing for 25 years. It was there, trust me. And I'd just like to see if y'all could get somebody and maybe a DOT to come out and meet myself or Jimmy White Jr. and let us show you the concerns, because it's pretty plain and simple what's happened there. And Ruthetta had like a cut ditch in her yard out by the road where the water ran down, caught that pipe. Well, when they got done, they just flattened it. So now the water just kind of stands out in the road until it gets down to our driveway/road, White Farm Lane, and just washes straight down the road. And I would just like to see if somebody could, maybe DOT or however y'all would handle that, to come out and take a look at it, because our crown's gone and our gravel's 300 feet down the road, most of it. And like I said, I don't know if this was the right place to come do this, but I just wanted to let somebody know what's going on, because it's, every time it rains, it's just getting more. We're down to the red dirt now, and he had riprap, and we had chicken trucks in and out of there, and we had a lot of gravel in there at one point that's no longer there.
Do you mind to come up here and put your phone number on this sheet
No
for me?
problem. I'll do that. I'm gonna put Jimmy White's on there too.
Mr. Lell?
Yeah.
What's your house address?
It's 32 White Farm Lane.
Is White Farm, is that a public DOT road, or is that private?
There are 2 houses down there. My old house is down at the end, and then we built up on the end of it.
But they put the water line on Zeb Watts, didn't they? Wasn't the
Yeah, the water
on
line
Zeb
came down.
Watts?
I'm almost on the corner of Zeb Watson and Ed Herman.
Oh,
Our driveway
I know
is.
where you're at then.
And it's just getting worse and worse, and Ruthetta's just fussing and fussing and fussing, and I don't know what else to tell her, so I'm trying my best to get her situated,
Thank you.
but that's kind of where we stand, and that's about all I got. I mean, but we'd like to have somebody maybe take a look at it, because
I'll be
we
in-
tried, Jimmy's came and scraped, and then it rains and down it goes. We just can't do anything with it anymore.
I'll give you a shout tomorrow.
We
okay?
appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you.
I do too. Hey.
All right, there's no other public comments. Item number 2, we'll call Mark Earl, Fire Marshal, to the podium. Approval for the Alexander County Fire Prevention Ordinance Update and False Fire Alarm Ordinance.
Appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight. Gentlemen, you should have in your packet a copy of an updated version of the Alexander County Fire Prevention and Protection Ordinance. The first part of this, I'm not gonna take up a whole lot of your time, is pretty much cut and dry. It says the same thing as the old ordinance did, even the same penalty prices they stayed the same. We didn't ask for any increase. There was some wordage that we changed. It used to say Volume 5, that the title was for the fire code. Now it's changed to the North Carolina Fire Prevention Code. And that's the only thing we changed on that part. The second part of it, we added a false alarm section to it also. A lot of times our fire departments go out on false alarms, and sometimes it may be 3, 4, 5, 6 different alarm notifications at different business, or to same business. And we really didn't have a lot to stand on when it came to that situation. So I would like to have approval tonight for the updated version of this ordinance.
Mr. May I ask a question? Sure. Mr. Earl, just one general question. And I'm not, believe me, I am not in favor of increasing any fees, any taxes, anything along those lines. But, so the current fee schedule is still works for you guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So prior to this, there was not a charge for unlimited false alarms, I guess, is that?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, and one thing I would say that, Commissioner Reese, obviously, every time a fire department or EMS responds to an emergency, it costs money.
It does
I
to
hate to say
that
that, but
department.
it costs taxpayer money,
Yes, sir.
without a doubt. And so, I think, I mean, it makes complete sense, you know, not that we're trying to be difficult, but, you know, based on this, the first 2 false alarms, there's no charge. The third and the fourth are $50. I mean, you can't have somebody jump in a fire truck and respond to respond to any location for $50. You know, so I think this is still more than fair. But
Usually,
also, hopefully it will make folks realize that, you know, false alarms are significant and serious.
well, you put lives in danger too with our emergency response and stuff like that. But, you know, usually it normally happens on a weekend when nobody's there and you can't get a key holder out there. So it may go off 3 or 4 times on a weekend, and that same department responds every single time. They have to. There's no way around it. So, and before this, we really didn't have anything to stand on, so.
Good?
Yeah. I make a motion to approve Alexander County Fire Prevention and Protection Ordinance.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Mr. Earl, stay there a second. I got a question for you on a different matter.
Uh-oh.
No, you're totally cool. Question I have is, has all of the fire departments turned in the financial request from our financial officer, Ms. Herman?
Yes.
Everybody's good now? No?
Which one? Their financial report?
They have not turned in a 990 tax return yet.
Oh, okay.
Could you look into that for us?
Yes, sir, I will.
Thank you.
I will make sure we get it. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Next item of business will be budget ordinance amendments, number 58 through 62 from Jamie Starnes, clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Number 58 is to increase the Register of Deeds office budget for the second round of state grant funds plus the 100% local match requirement. The first round was $2,000 in grant funds with a 100% local match, and it's for the preservation of historic records and files. Number 58 is also to increase budgeted revenue for Senior Center Operations Grant due to a reallocation of funds from the Holman Community Care Block Grant. The expense and required local match were already included in the Senior Center expense budget. General fund contingency is being increased to keep the county's budget in balance. Number 59 is to increase the detention center budget for the county's share of estimated juvenile detention costs for the remainder of the 22-23 budget year. Number 60 is to adjust the multi-year grant project budget for the American Rescue Plan Special Revenue Fund in order to contribute $92,584.13 in matching funds to the Yadkin Valley Telephone Membership Corporation for a Great Grant Broadband project. This financial match will be funded with ARPA revenue replacement funds. Number 61 is to adjust the multi-year grant project budget for the American, I think that's basically the same thing as number 60, but American Rescue Plan Waterline, I'm sorry, it's not. Rescue Plan Waterline Extension Project due to the county's use of a portion of the ARPA grant funds as the financial match contribution to the Yadkin Valley Telephone Membership Corporation for the Great Grant Broadband Project. And number 62 is to budget for the fiscal year 23 estimated expenses for the Bethlehem School and Sugarloaf School projects that were approved for the state needs-based public school building capital fund grants. Sorry about that.
I have a motion from any of the commissioners.
A motion to accept the budget amendments as read.
Second.
All in favor? Unanimous. Item number 4, board reappointment of Carol Biggs, given by Jamie Starnes, clerk.
We just need to reappoint Carol Biggs for a 3-year term to the Region E Long-Term Care Community Advisory Committee.
Make a motion as read.
Second.
All in favor? In regards to consent agenda, do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as amended earlier?
Make a motion to approve consent agenda with the amendment.
Second.
All in favor? Unanimous. We'll be going into closed session only to adjourn to come back into open to adjourn per 143-318, 11A 5 and 6, contractual and personnel. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion, we go into closed session.
Second.
All in favor?